Hello, Emerge Wrestling fans, and welcome to the card rundown for Emerge 72 Crowning Achievement. John Gates, A.W. Lurch, and Commissioner Chris Lowe here to bring you the night of action for October 14th, 2023 at the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds. As a note, we are in the community building for this one, and thankfully we are, Commish, because the card that you put together for this event, my goodness, I can't even remember. I don't know. It's insane, and we'll get to there. Gentlemen, how are we feeling? After State of Emergency, we had an incredible tournament to get through. We'll be seeing the ramifications here, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, but what a successful event for us.
Oh, that was absolutely incredible, and what a matchup we're going to see as a result.
I knew he was going to be happy one way or the other because his guy is in the main event, and we'll get to that. But Commish, I mean, kudos to you. What a fantastic event put together for that tournament.
It's been a great two events leading up to a great culmination in crowning a new Emerge champion.
And it was a tournament fitting for a championship like the Emerge Championship. But as I mentioned, we'll get to there. We have plenty more action to talk about here for the night of October 14th. Emerge 72, crowning achievement. Gentlemen.
This Saturday.
This Saturday. But we've got to get started because every championship is on the line. Every championship is defended. And we're going to start the night off with our Facebook Live match. We are going to be seeing the Tag Team Championships on the line as Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday look to defend against the debuting Warhorse.
Oh, and Warhorse is going to take those championships just like they've been trying to for years and years, hitting up Emerge. They're here finally, and you're going to want to be there early this Saturday night because Warhorse is going to walk away with those tag champs.
And you're going to want to be there early because this is familiar territory for Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday. They actually won those tag team championships on the Facebook Live match last January at Emergence Day. But these are two men who are used to folks coming in, wanting to knock them down off of their pedestal, wanting to make their name on Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday's name. You can't underestimate Warhorse at this function because Warhorse has to be the biggest, and I mean biggest, tag team that Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday have had to defend against.
Oh, easily. And this Saturday night, that Facebook Live match, I cannot wait. New champions, baby, in Warhorse.
And you mentioned it too, Warhorse, they're the type of guys who have been studying the Emerge roster for years, looking for the right time to strike. And with that, I mean, not only has Sean Kemp and Chase Holiday not faced a team anywhere near as big as Warhorse. I think they're, a combined 600, almost 700 pounds between the two of them. Right. Not only with that going against them, I don't know if they've faced anybody as hungry as Warhorse. When you spend years studying the roster, trying to pick your spot and go for those tag team championships, I mean, how hungry, you don't have to prove it at that point. You are hungry for those championships.
And you need to be to take on our tag champs because they've been champs for how long now?
They've been champs for almost a year at this point. We've seen them catching fire, their series against Swamp Funk, against the Original Sins. I mean, they are putting on incredible matches. And like I mentioned, this is a spot that they're used to, the Facebook Live match. They won those championships off of that. They like to start the night off right. They like to start the night off on a good foot. So hopefully for them, they'll be doing the same here this Saturday at Crowning Achievement. But gentlemen, let's get into the match proper here as we will see Jake Bravado returning from his match at the State of Emergency tournament, going up against another entrant in that State of Emergency tournament when he faces Pretty Boy Smooth. Gentlemen, what a match to start the night off.
And PB Smooth has quite the fan base here at Emerge.
He's got quite the fan base. I mean, this is a guy who has so much talent. He's got superstar written all over him, and it's not just because of the flashy antics and how he, makes his way to the ring, having ladies put the chapstick on him. It's simply talent-based, right? You would agree with that.
I guess I would agree, but I just can't get past. We're going to see Jake Bravado again.
And this match can almost serve as retribution for Pretty Boy Smooth because Jake Bravado is a bit of a protege to Daniel Eads, and we know the history between Pretty Boy Smooth and Daniel Eads, so this could serve as retribution for him. I mean, he came so close to beating your man, Eads, in that tournament, and so this could be good for him, but like you mentioned, Jake Bravado back in action here, the essence of excellence, and he did put on an amazing first-round performance against Deontay Davis.
Oh, yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about Deontay Davis cheating in this match.
Cheating? Cheating how? Yeah. You watched the same match I did, right?
I did.
I'm very interested.
We were sitting right there. We were right there next to each other. You didn't see him cheat?
What are you trying to say he cheated on? The dancing? Do you think the dancing is cheating? After all the people that you... Never mind. We are going to move on because for Pretty Boy Smooth, I mean, this is his best opportunity at the title is gone now. With him losing that first-round matchup against Daniel Eads, he can definitely get back on track here, getting a victory over somebody like Jake Bravado.
And PB Smooth needs to get in the groove if he wants to stay and emerge.
I mean, that's 100%. But even for somebody like Jake Bravado, I mean, this is a guy who he does want to prove that he's not just Daniel Eads' protege, or he's not just hanging on the back of him. He wants to prove that he can be a top guy here, and he could certainly do that with a victory.
Absolutely, and what a proving ground than this Saturday night against PB Smooth, the nearly 7-foot-tall monster in Emerge Wrestling. What a proving ground to prove that he is more than, like you said, Daniel, he's a protege, and he is. He's going to show all the town of Columbus why.
Despite Jake Bravado's loss last month, enough talent was displayed. He deserves to be on the card.
Absolutely. There are a lot of stakes for that match. Jake Bravado could make a name for himself, and Pretty Boy Smooth could cement himself as a top star here in Emerge. But that is just the first proper match of the evening, gentlemen. We have so much more to get to. And after that match, we will be seeing another championship match here. And this is a crazy one, too, because we will see Selena Dean back in action in an Emerge ring, defending that women's championship against none other than Rachel Armstrong. Commish, what a fabulous pickup here.
Yeah, Rachel Armstrong has been tearing it up across the country, and I could think of no better opponent for our Emerge Women's Champion. I mean, she's had a couple of months off.
She's had a couple of months off, so this will be a good, proving her mettle against an up-and-coming talent like Rachel Armstrong. This is a top 500 wrestler in the world. This is somebody who you bring in somebody from the top and you have her go up against them. I mean, the list of talent that she's faced already in her young career could span pages.
Sure, there's no doubt she's well deserving of the Emerge Women's Championship opportunity this Saturday night. But come on.
What?
Nobody's gonna take that belt from Selena. Selena Dean, come on.
You really think that? You've got that?
Of course.
You've got that book down. Well, what I'll say is take a look back and consider all of the Emerge talent who have gone on to take over the world. And I'm thinking specifically about somebody who has taken Rachel Armstrong under her wing, and that's somebody like Billy Starks. And so I think Rachel Armstrong could be another one of those people who come through here and decide to take over the world at that point. And honestly, she could jumpstart that by winning the Emerge Women's Championship this Saturday, Lurch.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hope that you're gonna see that this Saturday. Not gonna happen though. I mean, we've already got the party planned Saturday night after this show.
You already got a party planned?
Absolutely.
You have a vacation planned too? What else do you have planned?
I want to hear more about this party.
Yeah.
let's talk about this Saturday. Let's talk about before the party. Let's talk about the pre-party.
I guess we can talk about something that you'll like, and that is Selena has been a champion for about a year at this point. I mean, the folks that she's gone up against and has successfully defended against. So you can't take anything away from Selena Dean. She does go out there. She does give it her all. And the most important thing is she does walk away as women's championship still.
And what a champion she is. What a prime example. I mean, you've seen her compete, defend that belt in many different varieties against many different opponents. And it's going to keep on happening, baby.
In many of a different variety of ways to win, I would say. But Selena does have a knack for ruining people's day, especially with all of Daddy's money. But, Lurch, I got to be honest with you, this could be one of, if not the most difficult defense for Selena yet.
You ever bought a cake with Daddy's money?
I haven't, actually.
Oh.
Is that something I should do?
Well, you're not going to be there, but, yeah, maybe.
Well, Lurch might not be there either if Rachel Armstrong is able to come away as victor of that match this Saturday. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to be there at the community building, the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds, this Saturday for Emerge 72 Crowning Achievement. And gentlemen, we're not even halfway through this card yet. We are just getting started, and you want to talk about a match that is going to get the night started off right. It is going to be this next one. We are back to singles competition as we are going to be seeing the President of the United States of Jeremy Hadley going one-on-one against Trey Lamar. What a match this one's going to be.
And Jeremy Hadley coming off a disappointing first-round loss to Mikey.
You said it, not me.
Can we talk about that, though?
Talk about what? Go ahead. You've been talking all night.
And I've been asked to speak on this, so please allow me my time. But
asked by who?
The Texas cloverleaf is illegal in Indiana, and it needs to stay that way.
Said who?
Excuse me. This is brought to you by this message is brought to you by the United States of Jeremy Hadley, and I have been asked to specifically acknowledge that the Texas cloverleaf shall be and remain outlawed. Commissioner Lowe.
What is even the reasoning for this jurisdiction? Why is the Texas cloverleaf illegal in the state of Indiana?
Why are we doing political ads?
It's almost November. It's
for God's
season.
sake.
Not only that, but it's this Saturday night we're going to see our president in competition against who's he going against again?
Let's talk about what you said. It was a disappointing first-round exit, and I think a lot of people could say that, even Hadley himself, because he went up in that first-round matchup against Mikey. He already had a victory over Mikey at that point. I think he was expecting to just go in there and honestly just walk his way to that Emerge championship, but that did not end up happening.
And Hadley's Hadley. Okay?
It's the best way to put it.
I'm used to getting verbally abused when I talk to the guy. But he took this loss really hard. Even you mentioned verbally coming after you. I have seen how many times your phone has gone off, even tonight. Hadley is a whole nother animal at this point. He's desperate for opportunity at this point. He just kept saying he's the rightful number one contender.
Oh, is that what he was saying? I couldn't read it or anything, but he's saying he's a rightful number one contender.
Can we get back to the Texas cloverleaf, please?
You want to talk about the Texas cloverleaf? We can talk about Mikey not only defeating Hadley with it, not only defeating Count Noctis with it, almost defeating Lord Crew with it. Okay, so you want to talk about a legal or a dangerous move? No, it's effective. It is dangerous, but that's because Hadley tapped to it. So whether you like it or not, we could see a Texas cloverleaf here this Saturday. But we'll get to that because there is still more to talk about here with Hadley because, like you mentioned, I've never seen the guy this way. I mean, I've seen him a whole lot of ways. I've never seen him this way. So my question is, because this is almost going to be like a reset for him. He lost those tag team championships. He lost the opportunity at the Emerge championship. This has to be a reset for him, even if he thinks he's still number one contender for that Emerge championship.
Well, you got to imagine it's for the first or eighth Triple Crown champion to reset mentally. it's got to be hard to do.
It has to be hard.
You're used to that success. Why do you reset?
And that could be why he is at the level that he's at. I mean, but my question is, like, what even is next for him? I mean, does he get more help? It doesn't look like Kenny Cage did that much of an opportunity.
Hadley only hires the finest of individuals. Of course, he will have more help on the way.
Are we talking about the guy who's notorious for firing all of his?
Did he say he only hires?
Only hires the best. Yeah, that's what I heard too.
He's been through a lot of the best in the last year, 18 months.
Hey, and I mean, whatever works, because the guy is a Triple Crown champion. He is one of the most successful talents we've seen here through Emerge. But standing across the ring from him is another guy who will have that opportunity. He just needs, more time here in Emerge to do that, and that is in Trey Lamar. Trey Lamar is undoubtedly one of the fans' favorites. His quick style, his lethal moveset, it is very hard not to like the guy. And the last time we saw him, he was in contention for that Outbreak Championship. You have to think, Lurch, and I know you like Hadley, you have to think if Trey Lamar is able to walk away this Saturday night with a victory over Triple Crown champion Jeremy Hadley, that's got to shoot him up the rankings.
Yes, of course. I cannot deny that. That is the power of our president. That is exactly what we would expect to see. But I'm sorry, this Saturday Hadley's going to walk away with that 1, 2, 3, or maybe he'll make his opponent tap out. Maybe he's got a trick up his sleeve there.
Like a Texas cloverleaf.
Or like what he was trying to what does he call it? A 450 sharp or 450 somersault sharpshooter, something like that. If it's got more than 4 syllables, I'm not listening anymore from him. But that's okay.
He's the man with the plan. Just trust in our president.
Well, his plan better include winning this Saturday night if he does want to get back to that number 1 contendership. But, gentlemen, we still have plenty more to go here. We have another singles competition match slated for this Saturday, and this is one that I just, chef's kiss, I cannot wait to get to. Saturday cannot get here fast enough, as we will be seeing the returning Dylan Cole going up against, you guessed it, the world's most dangerous game, Paragon. Lurch, I see you putting your hand over your head there. What's wrong?
Just thinking about this coming Saturday is all.
Dylan Cole spent a lot of time on the commentary table. When he crashed it, nobody invited him, by the way. I don't know. No. We should have better security or something. I don't know. But he spent a lot of time talking about how Paragon didn't deserve that, how Paragon shouldn't even be in that tournament, how it should have been Dylan Cole. Instead, don't you think that this is a great opportunity for Dylan Cole to prove that?
Yes, and Dylan Cole, he's definitely got a tall order standing in front of him. I'm not exactly sure who came up with this idea. Obviously, Dylan was speaking at the commentary table, but we didn't exactly expect to see a matchup against Paragon this Saturday. Commish?
I think it's only right, Commish. I think you did the right thing here, putting Dylan Cole up against Paragon. All the smack he's been talking, I think it was the right decision here.
Well, if you recall, it was right after Paragon was screwed out of that match. Paragon demanded a match with Dylan Cole. And who am I to say no to Paragon? And Dylan's been asking for a match for a long time. And
he only wants the best, right? I mean, This is a kid who is used to sticking his nose in business where it does not belong. It happened first with Charlie Cruel. It happened with Justin Kyle. We saw how those ended. It did not go well for the young man. And now he's doing it with Paragon again. And if you look at night 1 of the State of Emergency tournament, Paragon battered, bruised, just right at the edge. And he still, match after match, put on a performance of the lifetime just to come up short to Daniel Eads, Mortimer Blankenship III, and Dylan Cole. Dylan Cole played a part in that. Dylan Cole is owed this match, I think, Lurch.
Yeah, hey, and let's go, Dylan. I hope that movement and that
a lot of confidence there from him.
I hope I hope that's what we hear from our Emerge faithful watching. You heard the story. He's got the gusto. He's in this spot this Saturday night, and guess what? Go, Dylan, go. That's what I'm going to be cheering.
Hey, I mean,
I'm sure the crowd will be joining us.
I'm sure they will. They will be very vocal for that match, Lurch. Yes, I agree with that. But, I mean, and here, we're talking about a second-generation wrestler here in Dylan Cole. And to be fair, this is a great opportunity for him. If Dylan Cole can find a way to win this match against Paragon, that's got to do something for his stock.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody who can beat Paragon.
By themselves.
By themselves.
I mean, Eads beat Paragon, but it took two other men, frankly, to do it. And, I mean, not to take anything away from Daniel Eads, and we'll get there, but it's like, man, Paragon has had all of this stuff happening to him. He's had people around him who, pretended that they had his best interest in mind, didn't really seem to come to fruition. He gets that stripped away from him. I don't know if I'd want to be Dylan Cole this Saturday.
I definitely wouldn't want to be Dylan Cole this Saturday.
And, I mean, that's just because I think Paragon has really reached his breaking point. He's going to give Dylan Cole the opportunity to back up all the smack that he's been talking. So we're going to see this Saturday, Lurch.
Yes. October 14th.
I've never seen him so rattled before. No. And that's okay, because after that match, we do have one more singles competition to get to. And, gentlemen, you want to talk about match of the year. You want to talk about match of the decade. I mean, this is one of those matches that is going to be talked about for years and years to come. And that's because we're getting a first time ever, to my knowledge, first time ever singles competition between Lord Crew and the returning Jason Hotch. Commish, hats off to you for this one.
Hey, it's just going to be.
It's going to be incredible. It's hard to talk about how great of a match this is going to be. It's just going to be one of those things that you are going to need to be there live for this Saturday. We saw Lord Crew go on an absolute tear on that State of Emergency tournament. And if you ask me, if Crew had 2 more minutes in that match, if it wasn't just ended on a roll-up, I think we'd be seeing a different main event here tonight.
I think you're probably accurate.
I would say so. I mean, the type of talent that Lord Crew is, he's got it all. I mean, this is a guy who, just like Pretty Boy Smith, has superstar written all over him, and this is a guy, too, who he's had an Emerge championship match and came up short to Braden Lee. He had that tournament and came up short to Mikey, so he's really going to be looking to raise his stock here tonight. Saturday.
And you see matchups like this so often in Emerge, these well-traveled independent stars at the top of their games, at the top of these lists, meeting in the Emerge arena. I mean, and it's going to happen this Saturday night. I mean,
mind blown. I totally get it, because these and here's the thing with Crew too. I mean, all of that said, like, that has to stick in his craw. I mean, he wants to get back to that opportunity, and for the most part, he just has Jason Hotch ahead of him. But that's saying Jason Hotch. I mean, this guy, gut check winner, impact star. I mean, this is a guy who also has it all. This is also a guy who has had a championship opportunity, but I'll be honest with you, it was supposed to be a singles match. Cole Radrick made the executive decision to pretty much insert himself into that match, and so Jason Hotch didn't really get the opportunity to, fully fledge out a strategy. So I'm sure he wants that back, and this is one match that he can certainly get a victory and get right back into that contention.
Absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. And, gentlemen, I mean, the only thing that we can really say about that match is you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be one of those matches you talk about for years to come. But I think these next 2 matches are in the same ilk. We're going to be talking about these forever, and that's because our last 2 matches on the card are for the 2 championships, and we will start with a match that there's really not much more to say about at this point. This match is for the Outbreak Championship. You made it official on night 2 of the State of Emergency tournament that this match will now be a no disqualification when Jordan Cage defends that championship against Chet Ripley. Lurch, you're shaking your head. Talk to me.
I mean, a no DQ match?
It's something that Chet Ripley wanted, and it is something that Jordan Cage is just going to have to accept. After everything that Jordan Cage has put Chet Ripley through, I mean, it's the least he can do at this point.
I mean, the fact that these two are meeting is one thing. The fact that after all that we've seen go on between, Mom and whatever Chet Ripley has been doing, but now, I mean, this Saturday in a no DQ match, come on, Kamish. I mean, they're going to tear each other apart.
Look, consider it Chet Ripley's final attempt at the Outbreak Championship.
Honestly, I get that. I understand that. This has to be Chet's last chance at this championship. Can he capitalize? When it is a no disqualification, everything is going to go in this match, and that can be to Chet's benefit. But as we've seen recently, that can also be to Chet's detriment. Jordan Cage, known to surround himself with some seedy folk, but in particular Roger Malcolm as of recently with the history that they have. Does Roger make an appearance in this one? I mean, anything goes. That's the anything goes in this match.
That's why I was a little surprised that Chet asked for that match, but
hey, after everything that Chet has been through, I mean, the whole reason why Jordan Cage is the Outbreak champion, if you remember, is because of the friendship.
Ripley.
Or the faux friendship that Chet Ripley had with Jordan Cage. Right? You remember that?
I mean...
he forfeited his opportunity so his best friend, Jordan Cage, could become not only Outbreak champion, but Triple Crown champion, Lurch.
And he made that decision on his own. I mean, and Jordan Cage just, I mean, what's he going to do? Not take the Outbreak Championship belt or not take the opportunity to win it? Of course he's going to take that.
Okay, you take the opportunity, but you don't trash the man immediately after.
But listen, I mean, Jordan, hear me out here. This is a no DQ match against whatever is wrong. I don't know. Against Chet Ripley. The man has lost his mind. The man is insane, and you're going against a no. You're deciding you don't have to do this, Jordan. You can back out this Saturday. You can call commissioner, change the stipulation or something. You're signing a death wish right here against Chet Ripley of all people. Come on, think about it, Jordan.
He could be signing a death wish, but if he can make it out of that match and beat Chet Ripley, he will remain Outbreak champion. There's only one way to find out, and that is to be there this Saturday. But gentlemen, the time has come. Months and months of hype, analysis comes to this moment. The winner of Night 1 of the State of Emergency Tournament meeting the winner of Night 2 of the State of Emergency Tournament for the vacant Emerge Championship this Saturday, October 14th. Your main event will be between the man of tomorrow, Daniel Eads, and the big Mark Gugliak on campus, Mikey. We've come to this point, gentlemen. My goodness.
What a main event.
What a main event. And for these two, I mean, and these two have met before, okay? They've met only a few times. This was several years ago for both of them. So the growth factor for these two is there. And the last match, matter of fact, the last match went to a double countout between these two. I mean, are these two, is it going to be a double countout again this Saturday? I mean...
Oh, John.
I mean, this is for the Emerge Championship. I mean, I don't think so. What are we going to see the day after this Saturday? Well, we're going to be talking about the man of tomorrow, Daniel Eads. Probably going to be partying until that day, but whatever. I mean, and what a return, by the way. What a return.
I knew he was going to get to that.
What timing, by the way, of Mortimer, my man, Mortimer Blankenship III, making his way back. And, wow, just in time to get more gold, right? This Saturday. Mikey, no shot, buddy.
So, of course, night one, we saw Daniel Eads go through the likes of Pretty Boy Smooth. We saw him go through the likes of Jack Price. And then in that main event against Paragon, we did see the return of Mortimer Blankenship III to help him win that match. I'm really interested to see what kind of role at this point Mortimer is going to play for Daniel Eads. The last time that these two were together, Daniel Eads wasn't the top guy in that. He wasn't the main focus of Morty. At this point, Daniel Eads is more focused than he's ever been. He is more dangerous than he's ever been. Is he going to listen to Morty? What kind of role? You're the one that has the insight here. What's the strategy? What's the game plan?
No, I mean, it's just this is all about preparation, and what I know, going against them in the golf course is that Mortimer Blankenship III is all about that psychological preparation going into the match. Daniel Eads is going to be so confident going into the match this Saturday night. He really doesn't even need to compete for the belt because we know it's going to be wrapped around him, but that's just part of the strategy going in to a championship match like this. And Daniel Eads has been preparing for this moment with Mortimer for so long. I mean, you should hear the conversations we talk. I mean, it's just wow.
I don't know, but you do raise a great point about the strategy. I mean, Daniel Eads is pretty much the king of consistency. This is a guy who never strays away from his game plan. He's very cerebral in the ring, but he's going up against a guy who's pretty much the king of mind games. Commish, if Mikey is able to get Eads off of his game, he can win this match this Saturday. He can win that Emerge Championship.
Absolutely, and you got to think, neither man has been Emerge champion.
Neither man.
You can go in with a game plan, but when you're facing a guy like Mikey, with the added pressure of becoming champion, you got to wonder.
But here's something, too, that I don't know if Eads is considering, and what we were able to see ringside on night two is that Mikey is way more than just a goofy guy. He's way more than just a guy who's going to run around the ring, because he beat Triple Crown champion Jeremy Hadley in that first round. He beat
with the cloverleaf.
With these illegal cloverleaf. He beat Count Noctis in that second round, and in the finals of night two, he beat Lord Crew. And Lord Crew at that point, I felt like nobody could stop him. This is a guy who could go on, beat Daniel Eads, and be Emerge champion, Lurch.
No, I don't think. I mean, of course, any competitor in the ring is well deserved of that opportunity. Don't get me wrong there, but this is Daniel Eads' night. I mean, have you not? Am I the only one paying attention to this here? I mean, the man of tomorrow is just. He's destined for that Emerge championship. He is the essence of what it takes to be a winner in this day and age.
And here's the thing, I can't take that away from you. I mean, saying that Daniel Eads is destined for that championship, I can totally see that. However, if destiny does not come for Daniel Eads, what happens? What is the future of Emerge Wrestling? What is the future of even you, Commish? We saw the lengths. We saw the danger that Daniel Eads posed just to get to this point. What happens if he gets to this point and he loses?
I shudder the thought.
I shudder the thought, too. I have no idea. We've seen the guy put people in the hospital. I mean, we've seen the guy completely run rampant on Emerge Wrestling. So if he does not walk away as Emerge champion this Saturday, I don't know. I mean, Mikey's
partying. We're going to be partying. You don't even have to worry about it.
Lurch is confident that him and Daniel Eads and Mortimer Blankenship and whoever else they invite to that party are going to be partying, and they certainly will if Daniel Eads is able to walk out as Emerge champion. But I think the kind of party that I'd like to go to is the party that Mikey would throw if he is able to win that vacant Emerge Championship. But, gentlemen, we have gone through the whole card for Emerge 72 Crowning Achievement. Now, that is this Saturday, October 14th, at the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds. Once again, we are at the community building. Thankfully, we are, because we already know that you guys are going to come to the Bartholomew County Fairgrounds, pack the house out, and see the fallout of the State of Emergency Tournament. You can still go to emergewrestling.com right now, and you can purchase your tickets. You can go to the graphics, hit the hotline that is on there. And as well, too, you can go to our YouTube page. We are still uploading Emerge Eruption every other Friday. You can get your Emerge Wrestling fix, but there's no better way to get that fix than to be there live. So that is going to do it for us. Once again, I am John Gates, A.W. Lurch to my left, and Commissioner Chris Lowe to my right. Emerge 72, Crowning Achievement, this Saturday.